Quiet down and listen up. Tony is talking.
Hey everybody, Tony Katz here. Thanks for watching this episode of Tony is Talking. So there's an industrious group of people out there who created the Tea Party coloring book. I kid you not. An entire coloring book dedicated to how the Tea Party came to be and about taxation and about how high taxation is bad, but low taxation creates jobs and is better for you and me. And they're getting death threats. Well, I think it's a death threat. But I go to the story from Fox News. The author-publisher of the Tea Party coloring book for kids says he has received death threats over its publication. And one of the threats that he's gotten online is that somebody wants to give him a chloroform headlock. Well, I'm not so sure if it's a death threat, but it's certainly not a pat on the back and maybe a nice gift or a fruit basket. It's certainly violent any way you look at it. People infuriated that you'd be making a coloring book for kids all about the Tea Party, as if somehow the Tea Party isn't something kids should know about. They even have a quote here from somebody from the Coffee Party. Since we're talking about coloring books, might as well get a quote from somebody who engages in fantasy, because the Coffee Party isn't real. And this guy says, I think it's inappropriate. I really question whether it's even targeted at children. There's not a lot of coloring activities. I leave it to somebody from the Coffee Party to know whether or not the coloring books have enough pictures to draw on. The Tea Party coloring book isn't wrong. The Tea Party coloring book is a coloring book for kids teaching them about the Tea Party. I think that's great. I think that's also very inventive, very capitalist, smart people out there. Good for you. Those opposed to the Tea Party coloring book, what is it that you're actually opposed to? Are you opposed to the idea of the Tea Party altogether? Or are you opposed to the idea that we actually teach our children about facts and logic and reason and the truth and history? Not Howard Zinn history, real history. But let's talk about books that are inappropriate for children. Let's talk about books that are aimed at children that actually deliver a message that is not only horrifying, but false. Let's start with Global Warning, shall we? This is Global Warning, a pop-up book of our endangered planet. And sure enough, there it is. It pops right up. And there's a section here called The Balance of Nature. And I'll read it to you. You might not be able to see it all. If people did not interfere with the natural processes of the earth, it would work perfectly. It then goes on to talk about how the sun warms everything, and then grazing animals eat the plants, and then carnivorous animals, or predator animals, I think as they call it, eat the grazing animals, and then those animals die, and then they enrich the soil. Not only do they enrich the soil when they die, but they also enrich the soil with their droppings. It's right here. And then, of course, everything is in perfect balance because the animals give off carbon dioxide, and the plants take that in, and they create oxygen. But when it asks what's gone wrong, well, I'll tell you. The people on Earth are beginning to destroy this natural balance. You see, kids, you're not part of the great fabric of the world. You're the virus that's killing it. And if you don't believe me that this is a book for kids or maybe an inappropriate book for kids, check out this section where you can learn how to club a baby seal. But let's talk about another book. Dear Children of the Earth, this by Shim Schimmel. Now, I will admit that the pictures in this book are just fantastic. It's some great artwork. And this is a book about the animals talking to Mother Earth and Mother Earth talking to the animals. And it says here, the animals have told me, we are worried, Mother Earth. We are afraid because our homes are being destroyed by people who don't know better or don't care. They don't know that we are their sisters and brothers. The animals are our sisters and brothers. They're not animals. Mother Earth, these people are cutting down your forests, dumping garbage in your oceans and rivers, and filling your sky with pollution. So Mother Earth asks, tell me, my children, where will the animals live when my forests are all gone? Where will the whales and dolphins swim when my oceans are too dirty to live in? And where will the birds fly when my sky is poisoned? 2 leftist books that are meant to quite literally scare children to death, to tell them that we're destructors of the planet and that we're viruses on this planet. As for me, I'm going to do the environmental thing. I'm going to recycle these books. Who knows? Maybe they'll come back as a Tea Party coloring book. Maybe even the Constitution. Wouldn't that be nice? Come back as something that actually mattered to people? Watch what your kids read.
Listen to the Tony Katz Radio Spectacular Monday through Friday on the All Patriots Media Network. Copyright 2010, allpatriotsmedia.com.